Most membership owners track churn and retention rates, but by the time those numbers start changing, it's already too late. Retention and churn are lagging metrics. They tell you what has already happened, but they don't tell you why it happened or how to prevent it. The real question isn't just, what is my churn rate? It's, what are the warning signs that tell me someone is likely to cancel before they actually do? That's where leading metrics come in. Today, I'll walk you through the difference between leading and lagging retention metrics and why both matter. I'll share the key leading indicators that predict retention or churn so you can take action before it's too late. We'll go through some real-world scenarios showing how memberships track leading metrics to improve retention, and I'll explain why failed payments are one of the most overlooked retention metrics. By the end of this, you'll know how to use data to make retention proactive instead of reactive. And if you're not already tracking retention metrics, I highly recommend using memberltv.com, which is my free lifetime value and retention calculator, to calculate your retention. My name is Shanna, and I'm a membership retention strategist who has helped clients add $3.4 million in annual recurring revenue, not by constantly chasing new members, but by improving retention strategies based on real data. One of the biggest mistakes I see membership owners make is focusing only on churn and retention rates. They know their churn percentage, but they don't know what's causing churn. They track how many members leave, but they don't track the warning signs that predict when a member is at risk. If you're waiting until members cancel to figure out what's wrong, you're already too late. And that's why today we're talking about leading versus lagging retention metrics, so you can predict and prevent churn instead of just reacting to it. A lagging metric is something you track after the fact. It tells you what has already happened. Retention rate is the percentage of members who stay over a given time period. Churn rate is just the opposite of that. It's the percentage of members who cancel each month or every year. Lifetime value, or LTV, is the total revenue a member generates before they leave. These numbers are important. You've heard me talk about them on other episodes, but they don't tell you why members are leaving or what you can do to keep them longer. A leading metric, on the other hand, predicts future retention or churn. Members who don't engage in the first 30 days are more likely to cancel. Members who stop logging in for 45 days are at risk of churn. Members who attend live calls or consume content regularly are more likely to stay long-term. Tracking these leading indicators gives you the ability to spot problems before they turn into cancellations. Most memberships should track these three key categories of leading metrics. The first category is activation metrics. These tell you whether a member is actually getting started in your membership. The first step to long-term retention is getting members engaged early. Time since last login is one of the biggest indicators of risk. If a new member hasn't logged in within the first 7 to 10 days, they're at risk of dropping off. Onboarding completion is another critical metric. Members who don't complete onboarding often don't stick around long. First milestone achieved is also important. If your membership is results-driven, track how quickly members reach their first success milestone. Here's a scenario for you. A membership site discovered that members who didn't log in within the first 10 days were 3 times more likely to cancel within 3 months. By adding a personalized email sequence for inactive new members, they significantly improved their retention. The second category is engagement and consumption metrics. Engagement's one of the biggest predictors of retention. If members aren't using their membership, they're not going to keep paying for it. Login frequency matters again. Are they coming back regularly? Content consumption is another big one. Are they watching videos, reading lessons, or downloading materials? Live call attendance tells you a lot too. Are they showing up for coaching calls or live events? Community participation is also another sign of engagement. Are they posting, commenting, or engaging with members? Here's another scenario for you. A coaching membership finds that members who attend at least one live call per month had a 95% retention rate. Members who never attended a call were 50% more likely to cancel. Isn't knowing these metrics and how it impacts retention going to change how this membership owner would structure their membership design and journey map? The third category is progress and success metrics. If members aren't making progress, they're more likely to leave. Are they completing courses, modules, or training sessions? Have they hit key milestones in your program? Are they self reporting wins or sharing testimonials? A business membership that realizes members who complete at least 3 lessons in their first month have the highest renewal rate is going to do something differently than if they don't have that data. Maybe they'll add a first 30 days roadmap to guide new members into completing those lessons, which will help improve retention. Now, one of the biggest reasons that memberships lose members is failed payments. How many failed payments do you have each month? Do you know? What percentage of failed payments do you actually recover? Now, most memberships don't track or optimize their payment recovery process. If you don't have a system in place to recover failed payments, you're losing members who never intended to cancel. When you track leading retention metrics like engagement and failed payments and progress metrics, you can spot at-risk members before they cancel, improve member engagement and progress, and make data-driven retention decisions instead of guessing. If you only look at churn after it happens, you're always playing defense. Leading metrics help you be proactive instead of reactive. Tracking the right metrics is one of the 5 core strategies inside of my membership retention roadmap. If you want to improve retention, you need a clear strategy for tracking the right data and taking action before a churn happens. Get my free membership retention roadmap at retainguide.com to start optimizing your membership today. Retention isn't just about looking at churn. It's about understanding the early warning signs that tell you when a member is at risk. When you track the right numbers, you can stop guessing, start optimizing, and keep more members long term.